We got a bumper wheat crop. It's so heavy she's laying flat. Talk about a bonanza. Welcome to the Red River Valley of North Dakota. A land flowing with milk and honey. You're watching Beet Farmin Mitch.
I give in to the lesser fight. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify this strength of mine. My body aches to be satisfied. My weakness comes and goes. My weakness comes and goes. I'm reaching out for the easy high. Please fortify.
Uh-oh, Dad's getting full over there. So my brother Jason's in the cart, he folded her in. We're not hitting the trees with the auger today. Oh, my burger's already gone. But boy, I put this sauce on it and son of a gun, that was good. Now back in the day, my grandma and my mom and other people, they used to bring meals out to the field, I think pretty much every day for supper. But there's a business in town that delivered lunch out to our harvest crew today, so that was very kind of them. Thank you to True Stone Wealth Management for bringing out lunch. So we got our 3 combines running hard out here, not going super fast, 2.2 miles an hour, something like that. It's a thick crop, it's thick straw, it's tough cutting, it's low cutting. Look at that, we got a shaver down to pick all this lodge stuff up. And check out this massive cookie. I'm pretty sure these are homemade potato chips. Fun fact, the Red River Valley is a major potato growing region, at least the northern half of the Red River Valley. A lot of potatoes up here. Shall we break some bread? Good stuff here. Would you like a bite? Nothing beats a soft cookie. And don't forget to wash it down with a little diesel.
I think these are homemade potato chips. I was thinking the same thing, they gotta be.
So here's the thing, guys. The wheat was standing up super nice, good heavy crop. I said it was a bumper crop. It's kind of a bonanza around here. I mean, I would say the area's triple-digit wheat for sure. Best wheat crop we've ever seen. And you can see the wheat's kind of laying this way. It goes a lot better cutting, picking it up when it's kind of facing into the header. It feeds in better. It's not super lodged here, but it, you know, it could be better. I have heard of people having to combine wheat one direction because it's laying so flat, so at least we don't have to do that. So I'm running the 8240 today, that's the combine, and the header is a Macdon FD 145. So a 45-foot header, not in flex mode, but I got the sickle down, I got my tension, that's my down pressure, I got that running between 2 and 2.5, and I got my sickle tilted forward. I was running a little higher with my sickle forward more, but I was pushing more dirt. Now it seems like it's doing a pretty good job. Normally I wouldn't cut this low, but so the grain doesn't slip under the header, I have to. And of course, running with the rear wheel assist on, the mud hog is going. Dry enough to where tractors, combines, they shouldn't be getting stuck, but wet enough to where if you park a truck in the wrong spot, you can definitely get stuck. So you can see here the wheat, definitely flat as a piece of lefse. Yeah, you can see here it's just not quite feeding as nicely, but it's picking it up. It kills me a little bit inside when I see wheat slip under the header. So there is a chance of rain again tomorrow, so we're giving her smoke. We're gonna run hard today, get as much done as we possibly can, minimal stopping. And if you get wheat that lays down and it gets too much rain and it just sits there wet a long time, it'll start to sprout, and which I've heard there's been issues with this. And then the quality drops dramatically. There's something called falling numbers, which if your number of falling numbers goes down, your wheat can be worth a lot less because it's not as good for bread quality. Vomitoxin. Well, I didn't hear any iron shoot through the combine going over the old yard, so I guess I'm happy about that.
No, I didn't hear anything get into mine either, so that's a good thing.
Like this screen, it shows how fast different components of the combine are spinning. Like the chopper speed, 3,000 RPMs. Holy smokes, that thing's spinning fast. Well, looks like we got a round left and we'll get her all picked up here. So this is a draper header, so it's got canvases on each side and in the middle. I can actually adjust it from in the cab with this. I run it at 6 with this header. It seems like it's flowing nice and even, and I've never had to change it. I've tried it differently for edible beans and different things, and 6 is always the place that looks the best. Well, long day at combining, and I forgot to bring a V8. On to the next field. New field, still flat. Well, that was interesting. I just got done listening to the entire book of James from the Bible. And that was a bit of a ride, I'll be honest. My heart is feeling it. I was listening to the ESV version, and, you know, I was encouraged, I was convicted, and I learned some things. In chapter 1, it talks about steadfastness, and I was encouraged by that. That was my kind of prayer for the day, to grow in steadfastness in faith, to not be like a large fire than a small fire, but to just be a nice, consistent fire for the Lord. And I definitely feel convicted. So I teach a lot in my local church, and James chapter 3 always gets me. In the beginning, it talks about how teachers will be judged more strictly in the Christian church, and so, you know, always need a good heart check, always want to thumb through what am I struggling with, but always know that. And then I was kind of like, oh, feeling a little tender, and all of a sudden, boom, God's grace is more, and then that kind of brought me home. Anyway, that's what I learned today. I always love working on this field. You got big, massive cottonwood shelter belts on each side, except when there's a big windstorm. But man, this is like a little Garden of Eden in here. Well, it looks like we got a little tree down over there. We'll see if Jason and I can move it by hand. Nope. Leave no grain left behind. Edging the field is always a little stressful. Sticks, dirt, mud, trees, all kinds of stuff. And when I seed wheat, I seed pretty aggressively, so sometimes you gotta just leave a row. Guten Tag. Like I said, the ground is soft. Was pushing some dirt. We're gonna do a little cleaning up here. Don't want to suck that through the combine. Yeah, you can see where I started. Back in business, baby. The one weed in the field. What do we got here? The tree?
That bin is plumb full all the way up. It is. It's, you know, probably 6 inches from the top, but when it starts rolling down, it comes quick, and you know how that goes. Yeah, there's no point in having it still out around the edges.
Yep, 10-4.
Here I go for the East Piece combine over there. I was thinking the same thing. There's going to be, this one would be better in the dark, the west one, right? Yeah, I mean, it's not perfect either, but the east one's a little bit tougher, I think.
So on the other side of these trees, we got 2 more pieces to combine. So we're gonna sneak over there, and sounds like the east one's gonna be a little better going. Well, a little tougher going, so if it gets late and it gets dark, we'll finish on this west piece. Spectators. Ah, it's that time. So there was a guy from a nearby town, and he got stuck in a grain bin. And because if you go in a grain bin and the auger's running out the bottom, or there's a crust on top and it breaks, you can get caved in and collapsed into the bin and get suffocated in the grain. Not good. I just never go in a bin if it's full. There was a guy who was stuck in there breathing through his teeth, and somebody took an excavator and ripped it open, and he was okay. Kind of a wild story. Praise God. Well, son of a beet farmer, it's getting a little tough out here, but I think we're gonna get it. By George, we're gonna get it. Got it. Well, thank you for tagging along today. Don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss a beat. And as always, don't forget to keep it sweet.